Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll give you a quick background on the recent PS3 Super Slim I purchased, the issue I had, and how I repaired it. I found a listing on Facebook Marketplace for a PS3 Super Slim with a bad disk drive. I took a chance on the repair, assuming the drive itself was faulty, but what I discovered was a bit different, and that's what we'll be diving into today. PlayStation 3 Super Slim is a compact, efficient version of the original PlayStation 3. But it still packs a punch when it comes to performance. One of the key components that ensures smooth operation is the small disk drive connector. This small connector is responsible for transmitting data between the disk drive and the console's motherboard. It's a critical link that allows your PlayStation 3 to read and write data to the game disk. Let's take a closer look at the connector itself. It's a simple small plastic connector located on top of the motherboard with the ribbon cable that connects to the motherboard to the disk drive. This cable carries an electrical signals that enable the transfer of data to the motherboard. When the drive doors close, it closes a switch located underneath, prompting the motherboard to spin the drive and read the disk. Upon examining the PlayStation 3 I had purchased, I realized the small connector on the motherboard was broken. There was very little information available on how to repair it, so I had to get creative. I grabbed my multimeter and I got to work tracing down how this connector worked. After some patience and careful soldering, I managed to repair it. Let me show you how. First, after looking closer at the broken connector, I realized that although there are 6 pads on the motherboard and 6 points on the connector, each of these are bridged to the point on the opposing side via the connector. Next, I examined the ribbon cable to the connector. It has 6 traces, one for each pad, but being as they are bridged by the connector, all I needed to do was bridge the 6 pads directly on the motherboard and the corresponding traces on the connector. I decided to use 3 different color Kynar wires not to get them mixed up. Finally, after a few curse words and several Red Bulls, owing some patience, I managed to bridge the first pair of traces, then the second pair, which I recommend cutting these 2 back a little so they're less likely to bridge to the first or the last pair. Then lastly, I bridged the final pair. Once all the traces are bridged, next you simply solder the corresponding wire from the motherboard to the traces, then using heat shrink or Kapton tape, cover the work you just did on the ribbon cable so it doesn't touch anything on the board and could potentially cause a short. Lastly, you simply tape down the ribbon cable and ensure that the other end is properly connected and reassemble the console, and that's it. Now when you insert a game disc into the PlayStation 3 Super Slim and close the door, the drive will properly spin and begin reading the disc. If you're experiencing issues with your PlayStation 3 Super Slim, such as it not reading discs properly, the small disk drive connector could be the culprit. Make sure that the connector is securely attached and free from any damage or debris. And there you have it. The small disk drive connector on the PlayStation 3 Super Slim might be tiny, but it plays a big role in keeping your console running smoothly. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.